Hello and welcome to my channel, The Lifestyle Edit. My name is Megan. Thank you so much for being here today. I am talking with you today about the Sephora Spring Savings event. So let's jump into it. The Sephora Savings event is coming up. In fact, by the time you see this video, it may have already started. If you are not familiar with the savings event, it is based on membership tiers. So the Rouge members are able to get a 20% discount starting April 10th. And I believe it is on the same date, April 14th, both VIB members and insiders are able to get their discounts. Now, VIB gets a 15% discount and insiders get 10%. And it is free to sign up. So you can sign up as an insider and automatically get that 10% during the sale. It's a really nice time to do this if you're looking to stock up on some of your favorite products, or if you want to try something new and not sure if you're going to like it, you want to make sure that you're not fully spending the amount. I know that there are a ton of recommendation videos out there and there is a lot of information. So whether you are new to skincare and makeup, or maybe you're just looking for some new recommendations, then I've got you covered. I am going to go through a couple of categories, 1 to 2 products each, and I'm only telling you about things that I am absolutely 100% happy with, and that's it. So we are going to start off with skincare. So I'm actually going to tell you about a duo that I love. You do have to purchase it separately, but sometimes you can purchase it as a bundle. When I looked on the app yesterday, I don't think the bundle was available, but I wanted to put it out there just in case it changes during the sale. So one of my favorite cleansing duos, because I do prefer that Korean double cleanse, is the Korean brand Suwasu. They have an oil cleanser and a gentle cleanser, which is their water-based cleanser. I am going to put my photos here, and you will be able to find links through my my description box. I'll have a link there. You can click on it and get access to all of the links through there. If, like me, you prefer a double cleanse, this is my favorite duo. It is gentle. It removes all makeup, all SPF. It leaves your skin feeling clean and moisturized and plump without feeling stripped or dry or uncomfortable. And the other thing I love about it is that it just has that element of luxury. The oil is a little bit thicker and nice and emulsifying. The cleanser is very soft and gentle, and they just do such a wonderful job of cleaning your face, getting off your makeup. And you know, some people may be able to stop there. I prefer to keep going with my skincare products, but you will not, hopefully, as in my case, you will not feel as if you need to keep washing your face. It'll just leave you feeling nice and clean without that stripped feeling. The next item on my list is the Edam Cloud Cushion Moisturizer. I was gifted this product from Edam, and I was very excited to use it. I had not used any of their products. I believe they were the first brand to offer to send me a gift. And I really, really enjoyed this product. I actually didn't realize that it was sold at Sephora until I was looking on the app for ideas on what to share with you guys. And this is just a wonderful everyday moisturizer. It's safe for sensitive skin. And even though it's lightweight, it is moisturizing. Now, if you have drier skin, I would say that it may not be enough for you unless maybe you live in a hot and humid climate. You know, maybe you do other things before layering on moisturizer that helps with hydration, and maybe this isn't your only hydration product. One of the things I really like about this is that it wears well underneath SPF and it wears nicely under makeup. So I have not had issues with pilling, but just to put it out there, you know, all products work differently for different people. That's why there are so many options. That's why there's so much out there. So these are things that have worked for me and that I really enjoy and look forward to using again in the future. Now that we are getting closer to full days of sun, it is important to talk about SPF. And one that I really enjoy is the Innisfree Daily Sunscreen. This one is affordable, it is Korean, and it has a great broad spectrum. So it helps fight against UVA and UVB. And I feel like it sits very well under makeup. It doesn't pill, and hopefully you won't have any issues. And I think that if you're on the combo, even leaning toward oily side, that you should be able to use it without having issues. With my combo skin, it works very, very well, but you do want to keep in mind that if you are oilier or maybe even extremely dry, that you may have different results with that. I want to talk about a wonderful lip balm that I super enjoy using, and it is the Edam lip balm. They call their lip balms Les Chouchous, which I just think is fun to say. And they do come in a clear version as well as some tinted versions. They are very sheer in color. It just kind of gives you a little bit of that tint if you just want a little something on your lips. They are a little bit thicker, but they are not sticky. They do have a really pretty gloss to them. And you can also wear them at night as a sleep mask. They are supposed to help with exfoliation and just giving you a plumper lip without, you know, the harsh ingredients like cinnamon or things like that. I feel that it's very hydrating, especially on my lips, which I always feel like I'm looking for a good lip product. And it's just a little more luxurious because the applicator on the tip of the tube is actually one of those stainless steel applicators. So it's very soothing when you put it on your lips. So it's one of my favorites. Let's jump into makeup. The first category is foundation, and I actually have two options for you depending on what you prefer. Now, if you're looking for a powder foundation, I don't have one of those for you. I am sorry. But I do have two liquid foundations that are different consistencies. So the first one is the Say Glowy Skin Tint. I have this in the shade 10. This is definitely my summer shade. And I really enjoy this. It comes in a nice glass bottle. And oh, this one's really messy. It does have the little pump on top. And I actually haven't used it recently because I am still in my winter shade right now. But this is great if you want lighter coverage, if you want more of a sheer consistency, something that's great for every day or weekends. You know, it gives you that even complexion, but it doesn't look heavy and it's not necessarily going to stay all day. But I will say you're probably going to get a good 6 to 8 hours. This, I would say, is probably geared more toward your normal to dry skin. With my combo skin, I do have to use a primer underneath, and I do have to powder. And I usually still have to blot throughout the day because, especially when it's really hot and humid, this is not my best friend. But I really love the coverage. I really like how easy it is to work with. And I think that if your skin type can handle it, then it would be really great because it does give a nice, healthy, dewy glow without being greasy. The next foundation that I have is the Armani Luminous Silk, and I have the shade 5.9. Now, this will give you light to medium coverage. It is buildable, and this is the one I use every day when I go to work, or if I have a special occasion going out to dinner or something like that, that I really want a little more coverage for, this is what I'm reaching for. So I wanted to make sure to have both options for you, just depending on what you're looking for and what you need. Now, this is something I may need to pick up during the sale because I am running low. It is my Makeup Forever HD Skin Concealer. I have the shade 2.0R. I have definitely used quite a bit. I really do like this concealer. It's nice and light. It's not heavy. I don't notice too much creasing under my eyes. I mean, I tend to be a little bit oilier around my eye area, so I usually have to powder, and that definitely helps. So you know, just be mindful of that. This may not be the best one for you, but I like this better than the NARS. And I know that the NARS is an OG favorite, and I definitely like this better. I find that it's easier to use. It doesn't run or move all over the place. The NARS concealer is definitely too creamy for my skin. So this is one that I definitely prefer, and I think that it's great. I think this is a plastic tube. It's not glass, but it's nice and it's kind of compact compared to, you know, I know the NARS is kind of tall and skinny. So for packing purposes, this one's really easy to take with you. Let's move on to some color. So the first thing I want to mention is the Danessa Myricks blush. They actually call this, I believe it's the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Flush. And I have the shade Jubilee. This is kind of a neutral, peachy terracotta color. And I am wearing it today. I don't typically put on a ton of blush, but I wanted to try to amplify it just a little bit so you could see it on camera. I don't know how successful that was, but I think you can tell I'm wearing blush. I love that this is a balm because it really just melts into the skin. It just smooths over everything. I don't have to worry about it affecting my foundation in any sort of way. I usually put this on after I powder, and I don't see any issues with that either. So this is definitely one of my favorite products. Next, I'm going to talk about the Cali Ray Tubing Mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras. I'm a big fan of tubing mascara because it goes on, it coats every single lash, and you are less likely to have flaking or smudging. I mentioned earlier that I have oilier areas around my eyes, and so sometimes with regular mascara, it can definitely smudge. And I don't really want to use a waterproof mascara because they say, I don't know how accurate this is, but I have heard and read that waterproof mascara can actually harm your lashes, you know, because of how stiff they make them. And you know, they're not easy to get everything off. So, or, you know, getting that mascara off. With tubing mascara, it's just warm water and they just kind of flake off. So it's definitely something that I prefer. Now, I will say that I just prefer a natural eye look during the day, especially for work. So while this mascara is more lengthening, it is less volumizing. So if you want a glam look, this is probably not the mascara that you're going to use. But if you want something for every day, I definitely recommend trying it. And I do believe it comes in a mini as well. And so if you're not sure about it, you can always buy the smaller one to see how that works for you. The next product I have on my list, I can't believe I forgot to pick it up. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. Now, I am a big fan of the iconic nude shade because it's actually slightly more of a cool tone nude on me. And so I can pretty much wear any color lipstick or lip gloss over top of it, and it doesn't super affect it. My lips are very close to the same shade as my face. It's really not a ton different. So I really need something, if I want it to look natural, this is what I use. I don't want something that's too pink or too orange or anything like that, too brown. And so I just find that this lip pencil is great for me. And like I said, I can wear it under anything and it doesn't, for me, I don't think it really affects the shade of whatever I put on top of it that much. So it really works. So it's one that I love. I'm a fan of some of Charlotte Tilbury's products, so there may be some others you want to try out, but this is the one I definitely had to add to the list. So those are my picks. I did not get into hair care or body care, or even, you know, tools, things like that. I wanted to keep this really simple. You can see that I didn't list a primer. I didn't list a color corrector. I didn't get into setting powder. There were definitely things, no bronzer, no highlight, which if you've watched my channel, you know I don't use highlighter and I rarely use bronzer. That being said, I just wanted to give you guys the bare minimum, the only products I think that I would repurchase if I were buying during the sale. I will probably purchase 1 or 2 things, but it's not going to be this whole list. I do hope that it helps. If you are interested in a specific product or in finding something that you have on your list and you're not sure what to get, leave me a comment with your skin type and the type of product that you're looking for, and I will do my very best to guide you in the right direction. I'm not a pro and I've never worked at Sephora, but I have tried a lot of products and I know that it's not easy picking things out. So if you leave me your skin type and what you're looking for, I will definitely do my best to help you out. So thank you so much for being with me today and hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up and share it with whoever you know is interested in the Sephora Savings event. And I just want to remind you all to please be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.